is it really a good platform? I mean, does poetry actually get its significance on these social media websites? I mean, I just want to understand, as poet, and you're doing pretty well. So, is Facebook really a place where poetry should exist?
Of what social networking has done for poetry and poets. You know, few years back, I couldn't even think of writing the fee of poems. Of course, I dabbled in it for a while during my college days, but that was that. It was only once both my fictions were published that I again reconnected with poetry. I joined a few online forums, writing and poetry forums, and that is how, when I got attracted to reading and writing poetry again, and I was encouraged by a lot of members on those forums to share my work, which I did a little reluctantly in the beginning. I thought people will laugh the kind of poems I write, and I must share with you that the poems that I write are very non-poetic. They are all in free verse. Most of them are in free verse, very simple, no mystic element in them, very direct and non-flowery, so you get the drift. But what happened was that it built that confidence in me, and it encouraged me. In fact, it delighted me so much that I decided to come out with my own poetry book in 2012. And I was really surprised to note that the poetry book is doing quite well, and 50% of the credit goes to Facebook for that, because all the promotion happened there. Of course, my distributors were also quite proactive, and they were into this thing for a while, and I was lucky. But then, what I feel, frankly, it's a wonderful platform for young poets, especially for young poets, also of course for poetry, who just started, who are beginners. It not only connects you to some really talented poets, it gets you the audience that you want. Every poet wants to be appreciated. They want an audience, so you have a ready-made platform there. Also, one very important aspect is that you learn and you grow. I didn't know what spoken word poetry was all about. It was once when somebody pointed out to me on Facebook that some of your poems are quite similar to spoken word poetry, that I actually went and studied what spoken word poetry is all about, and then and I found out, yes, there are a lot of similarities there, and such kind of thing. It doesn't come out offline. I don't think so. It happens so easily. So I'm one of those lucky persons, I guess, who's there at the right time, at the right place, and who has that following because of my books. That way also I had a few readership and all. But who follow my poems, those people who follow my poems, most of them are youngsters, and they relate to the kind of poetry I write, and it is amazing. It's a beautiful feeling. I don't write like earlier Dr. Sahani was mentioning, the traditional. There was a debate or discussion going on about traditional and modern poetry. So I think I'm a very, very modern poem in that sense. When you read my poems, you'll find out. What it did for me was amazing. It not only brought out the poet in me, and I call myself a poet for non-poets always. So it brought that out in me, and I'm on a journey now. I'm here because I was there on Facebook, because Yasin and I connected on Facebook, together. So this whole Inklink thing is happening because we were there on Facebook. So many of my friends sitting here, we know each other because we were all there on Facebook earlier. So, I think it's a quite a beneficial platform, quite a useful platform, especially for young writers again. Also young poets, also for the others, I believe.
All right, I also agree with that. But yeah, anybody in the crowd who's actually interested in showing us a different insight altogether, where they actually say or feel that Facebook actually, or for that matter, social networking has done some bad to us. So yeah, that's a thing.
Call to action. action, file, delete, and delete. I have no time for that. That's a part. What it's done, I think, is taken the element of rejection out of the equation. When you write and you go to a publisher, you get rejected, you'll be lucky you go to 10, maybe somebody will say yes, you might spend a lifetime with unpublished work. What happens out here in the black hole that Mr. Katyal mentioned about is the fact that you put it out there for somebody to pick it up, like, not like, but there is no insert on your work. This, I think, is one big thing that Facebook or social networking has done. I've been talking of promoting and how to get around promoting poetry, and I think this is a wonderful way of doing it. More and more people will write, and as again I think he mentioned, that publishers, when they find a poet doing well on the Facebook, after all, what do they want to do? They want to make money out of what you write, for which an audience is required, and if they find from the social network that an audience for this poet or this type of poetry is available, they will come to you. Because you already have your thing on the social network. So I think, and as far as finding the good and the bad of it, the bad and the Boon, everything has a good and a bad, doesn't it? I mean, we are, every single person sitting in this room, every single person born in this world is part sinner, part saint.
How many minutes do I have? Because I have like 2 points to make.
Actually, we are running short on time, but yeah.
Okay. So first, regarding that issue of following traditionality and doing something new, which proponents of traditionality would consider as crass. Now, my belief is, I'm just giving my 2 cents here. My belief is that society remains the same, whether it's medieval age or whether it's modern age. Only the expressive form change. Now, expressive form in the 18th, 19th century was different. Hanging on to it when we are in 2013 isn't really going to revitalize poetry. So what I essentially believe in is to actually capture the essence of our human condition, which all poets try to do, and express it in a form which the present generation understands. I don't think that would be construed as divorcing ourselves from reality, but that would be considered as a great service to the society in being able to convey those ideas in a language which they understand. And secondly, coming to social networking, I, as a poet, actually I'm a rapper, I write lyrics, but I consider rap as a very poetic form of music. So for me, the rapper in me came completely through Facebook and Orkut. That's how we connected with each other. That's how we knew that, okay, there are other rappers also. There is an underground scene that is developing and there is scope for people to come together and do stuff. So there, social networking has played a big role, and if tomorrow Indian rap comes up, then I would say social networking is completely behind it.
Anybody else with any questions here? Please, first.
One disadvantage which we find in social networking is that when you put a poem, everybody likes it, everybody puts it beautiful, everybody puts it nice, but no one gives a critical appreciation, which is very must for a poem. But what I mean to say, I tried to put some critical appreciation and I lost 2 stripes. So, this is the main disadvantage of the social network.
So can I take up?
You can do that on Facebook or even otherwise, you will lose the friend.
So can I take up this point? You see, the word social is very important here. It's social networking. So people, although we call it virtuality, people are very scared about losing their image. It's like losing their face. So what I also found out, in the beginning I used to be very harsh in my criticism, and I found myself losing friends. Because I was coming with the baggage of old kind of traditional critical approach. But you can be friendly with them and inbox them and tell them, this is what I think about your poem. But if you put it as a comment underneath their poem, to them it looks like, they are being made to lose face. Because it's a social forum. just like here, I won't openly say, I've read your poem on Facebook and I think it's no good, because it's not good doing it in public, it's a social forum. So that's it.
I think I'll add to that. I don't know whether you remember or not, I was attempting my haikus the first time, and there was this slight thing you came and improved that, and that was really beautiful. But it matters the way how you do it, There is a way of, even if you have to point out on such networking sites, one is that you inbox, even if you have to write it over there. I also learn, I'm a very direct person. If I have to say that you're not looking good, I won't go beat around the bush. I'll say you're not looking nice, So, but that doesn't work there, and then you lose friends. But there are some beautiful people here, some very talented poets here. Dr.Koshy, of course, one of them. Dr. Madhumita Ghosh also there. They are very nice in the way they, suggest you things. And I am a learner, as I said, I'm a beginner. I write what I want to express. But then it is very nice to get that feedback, that positive feedback, in the right manner, and that works. You won't lose your friends then.
I just had a small comment.
If we say that we have to provide the feedback through inbox, when the poem has been published publicly, it's not in the inbox that we send you the poem.
Yeah.
So where's the message of spreading a message, where's the idea of spreading the message?
It can be re-edited, it can be edited and then published again,
My point is that if we are to popularize something, if we are to improve the skills, a poem has been posted, there are hundreds of people reading that. In case they read the critical appreciation, they also will be improving their own thoughts, their ideas, their skills.
Yes.
And instead of that, we are inboxing the critical appreciation. Only one person, he himself, gets to know the idea, he re-edits it.
Yes, ma'am. The thing is, there's also the academic publishing world moving along with this. For example, on Facebook, I will correct you if I need to through the inbox, because I don't want you to feel it is an insult. But I am also a real critic. So is he. So are many of us. So when I write an essay, if I feel your poem is not good enough, I will not pick up your poem for critical appreciation, and I may also pick it up to show that this is not as good as somebody else's poem. And there I don't need anyone's permission. It's criticism, it comes separately.
I agree, sir. We are not there on Facebook to insult someone. Even I don't do that. But that means the idea of social networking is only getting an approval.
Social.
Just approval. There is an exchange of likes. If I like your status, you will be liking mine.
No, but sorry, what's your name?
Amrit Peer Kaur.
Amrit,
it's netiquette.
Yeah.
Netiquette.
See, Amrit, the Facebook or any social networking website is a space of very fragile emotions. And also to always remember that Facebook has as much, the Facebook persona has as much relation to the real person as reality television has to reality, right? So one has to tread carefully. And I think there's a certain responsibility comes with every medium. So for you, there's some things you won't say on television, which you won't say in public spaces, which you won't say on social networking websites. And I think there's some ethics even in criticism, right? So for instance, if you think that something is going to discourage the person from poetry, from her or his art altogether, then you choose a safer way. And if you think something which is fairly well put and will help others as well, then you put in a public forum in the comment section. But I think we should keep in mind that every medium comes with its own limitations and every medium comes with its own openness. Yeah. But believe me, it's not all approval. Look at the internet RSS kind of Hindus who will come and comment on Arundhati Roy's articles. They slash her to bits. Internet is not a polite medium. Internet is not all approval. They're not just all likes. People are constantly asking for the dislike button on Facebook. It's this idea that internet is as much a hatred as a space of hatred and